2, 1. Go!
Eire Og Eire Og is Clondegad Park is all Guinness. Good afternoon everyone, you're welcome here to Cusick Park in Innis for this group game between Clondegad and Eire Og. I'm joined in commentary today by 4 player football star, a man who played predominantly in goals but then made his name more as a corner forward and was a corner forward on the team that won the Munster Championship in 1992. Martin, who was part of our commentary the last day when we were in mid-term Elbe, he's with us again. Martin, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. It's a match I think everybody's really looking forward to. These two teams will be up there as top 4 or 5 teams in the county before the championship started. And to say that one was going to be knocked out today is a big challenge for both sides. So everybody's eagerly looking forward to this.
And Martin, here, as this game is broadcast live on Clear JTV, you know, there's more. Alright, it's a knockout game or whatever for Clondegad, but there's more than that. You know, there's permutations of scoring difference. Clondegad, who already lost heavily to Cracklow, who in turn lost to Eire Og. So there is a points difference that Clondegad have to make up today. And how would you see Clondegad, if you were manager of Clondegad, how would you approach the game?
Well, obviously Clondegad will have to take it on its own merits and play the game as they would expect to play it normally. And as the game goes on, they'll have to see how they're getting on, how the scores are going. And maybe 10 minutes ago, if things aren't going too well, maybe put Gary Brennan full forward. But at the moment, they'll play their own game and see how they get on. And it's unusual to be playing the game with it starting with 8 points down as such. But that's the way this going this year with the scoring difference.
Yeah, indeed, the Clare minor hurlers had the same fate earlier on in an All-Ireland qualifying game against Galway, where they started -6, and they ran Galway to 2 points and gave Galway their best game, which went on to win the All-Ireland. But we'll see what happens in the next hour or so. The story will tell the tale. We're going to give you the two teams, starting off first of all with the own team who wear their black jersey and black togs. In goals is Nathan Murray. The full back line is Niall McMahon, Aidan McGrath and Cathal Darcy. Conor Brennan, Aaron Fitzgerald, the team captain, and Colin Hennepin are in the half-back line. Colin Smith and Darragh Walsh midfield. Philip Telty, Ikam Uguero and Liam Colley to half-forward line. Evan Courtney, Shane Daniels and Gavin Cooney to forward line. And we have a pause here for Oran Nivian. With the Clondegad team, in goals is Liam Deasy. The full back line is Paul Flanagan, Peter Casey and Ty Lynch. The half back line, Brandon O'Connell, Shane Brennan and Conor Gavin, team captain. Gary Brennan and James Murphy are named in Ilan Parker. Colin McNeilis, Owen Donlan and Morgan Gary to half forward line, with Podge McMahon, Tony Kelly and Barry Tolan named as full forward line. Martin, sweeping changes from the original team that Clondegad named. All their experienced players, they're definitely going for broke when the word go.
Well, they have to put their best foot forward and try and get a good start and get on top of Eire Og and try and get the scores on the board. And see that Killian Brennan is out there today. He'd be a massive loss for Clondegad at the back.
Yeah, indeed, his brother Shane in charge. You must see Nathan Murray is taking up defence of the goals at the end. The breeze is blowing down the field in aid of the Clondegad boys here in the first half. Barry Kelly from Milltown is our match official. Damien Fox and Rory Maguire, or Chris Maguire are the two linesmen. So we're waiting for both teams in the field, we match officials, and now we have the most important thing of all, the bit of leather, the football inside is in here with referee Barry Kelly, and the game is just about to be thrown in as Clondegad, who are defending the town goals here in this first half, in this eagerly awaited senior championship football group game. And the ball is in, and up it goes up the middle there, and the ball is broken down. It's broken down by Colin Smith. Colin Smith coming through for Eire Og, looking for the runners, gets the ball in, looking in towards the corner, looking for Philip Telty. Philip Telty on the ball. Philip who's after the last taking battle. Here comes Philip, being chased out there, and the ball comes in. Here comes Eire Og getting in. Is it Cooney? Is coming in the far side, trying to come in for Eire Og. Gets the ball across to Shane Daniels. That man with the cultural left foot, straight over the bar. A good start for Eire Og. automatically, that now is in point deficit, even though it's only 1 point in no score.
Just a good start from Eire Og. They held off Gary Brennan there for the throw-in, won the ball and attacked and worked it into Shane Daniels, who did a very good point.
Yeah, indeed, Shane Daniels has been kicking him over that left foot for years. The kick out coming from Liam Deasy out the wing to McNeilis making ground up along the wing, gets the ball in towards Morgan Gary gives it back to McNeilis out around the middle of the field, getting the ball in towards Gary Brennan now being chased by Shane Daniels. Here comes Brennan and the 1-on-1, and he gets away from Daniels. This is the earliest after trying to get one. Oh, and Gary Brennan win for broke, and it goes across to the right hand side of the post and gone wide, and Gary picked up, but Martin, the chance was there.
Here's a great move by Clondegad, and Gary, of course, taking up to one of those forward runs where he's very hard to mark and very hard to stop, and made a fantastic run in aiming for the far corner, just with outside the post.
Yeah, and the score remains good, and a pick up there, given against the wing back. The wing back is Brian Carrick from the kick out. The kick out came, or from Conor Brennan. The kick out came from Leighton Murray, and a free in going to be given for Eire Og, or for Clondegad. Right inside, in front of Trinity, Nick one, hopping up the ball. Not sure what's on it's in towards Gary Brennan, the ball breaks down, and it's going to be a free again. Gary Brennan from pulling, soft enough free, and here come Eire Og. Eire Og is with Niall McMahon going taking this free. Niall, or Adam Fitzgerald, the team gets centre back. Claire Senior footballer gives it back to Leighton Murray, who gives it back to Fitzgerald. Eire Og going building from the back, and here Eire Og come breaking out. The ball comes out to Eacom over Eire Og, the ball goes over his head, and the ball is picked up by Shane Brennan gets the ball in, lapping the ball, comes out to Morgan Gary for Clondegad coming down along the stand side. He got a lovely low ball, gets a good low ball in. Here comes Clondegad is scoring the board. That's a kick over the back shot from Tony Kelly straight over the ball, and that's just what the doctor ordered for Clondegad, Martin.
Just a good move. They played the ball up on the stand side here, worked the ball well, and Tony Kelly got a good chance to get the score in the flag.
As you said, Martin, there off here the test in commentary in Milton, there's a lot of these lads that the hurling will be equally at home on the football team, and I think Tony Kelly will be one of them. The kick out come from Murray goes short, kicks it out the field towards McGrath. Here comes McGrath, gives it out. Here comes the wing back is O'Hanafin, the man who won a Sigerson Cup medal with UCC early on there, gives it out to Eacom, we'll call it better known as Iggy. Here's Iggy crossing the 70-yard line, here he comes, he's coming down, breaking through, attacking the Clondegad goal. Here comes Iggy looking for support, he's gone in towards the corner, looks it out, hits it out towards Cooney coming in, or is the corner forward, out Courtney kicks it off his left, and the ball comes back off the post, and the ball is a push in the back there, going to be a free out, a push in the back. The DC going taking the free out for Clondegad, and I see the linesman, he's gone out for 45, so we have to retrieve him in at the ball. But it was beaten with Liam Deasy, came back off the post, and there's going to be a kick for Nathan Murray, the goalkeeper, your old goalkeeper, making his way up. It seems to be the trait, Martin. When you were in goal your day, you didn't come out to take many frees, but it seems nowadays it's part of the armory for the goalie.
So would you believe it, a long time ago, and until the one had to do it from goalkeeper Cope taking 45s on free, so it did happen in the old days as well.
So you set the template, Martin, and here comes Nathan Murray, 4 minutes on the clock, level pegging, 1 point all, but as you know, trying to get it to make up the 8 by 7. Murray kicks it in, goes in low, and the ball breaks down. He comes out to McGrath over the bar, or Philip Talty was over the bar, good point for Eire Og. Eire Og looked sharp, Martin, even in these early stages.
Well, they actually didn't get the free off the ground, and he reacted very fast. He was first one to react to the ball when he came in low, and a good turn and kicked over the bar.
And a kick out from Liam Deasy goes towards Shane Brennan. Here come, they're going to build him in the back. Shane Brennan gets it out to, is it Brandon O'Connell gives it back out to Barry Toner, experienced footballer, gets the ball in towards the corner, looking for the run of Tony Kelly, and Tony Kelly gets out ahead of Daffy doing a market job. Kelly with it up, that's a beautiful score from Tony Kelly. He clears home on a hurling field and a football field, Martin. 2 scores from Tony Kelly, 2 test scores.
Yes, a very impressive run there and scored by Tony. He made a space by running out into the corner, got the ball, turned, took on his man, and then when he had a chance of a shot, he had an excellent shot with his left leg over the bar.
So the score level pegging here in the first half here as Nathan Murray, as I said, who's defending the goal at the LD end of the field, sun in his eyes, he's looking for the shot kick out. I see O'Hanafin making the run, also Aidan McGrath making the run, but Murray going to go along. goes looking out so long. Out comes a breakdown. A great crowd. The ball is walked down by Colin Smith. Colin Smith. The ball breaks down to the hard-working Morgan Gary. And Gary hitting a quick crossfield ball into Kelly. Here's Kelly. And he's Kelly going to put his third score on the board. A shot from Tony Kelly. 3 points for Tony Kelly. 2 points to Eire Og. It seems that the mentor for Clondegad, Martin, is get the ball into Tony Kelly.
Well, obviously Tony's a great athlete and very fast, and he's making very good runs in there, and when he is, they're kicking the ball into him, and he's kicked 3 points here as good as you've seen any match.
And here comes Nate Murray with the kick out. It's Clondegad 3 points, Tony Kelly 3 points, Eire Og 2 points, and Murray goes short. He goes short towards O'Hanafin. O'Hanafin seems being tackled there by Tony Kelly, gives the ball out. Here comes Niall McMahon. McMahon coming up along the wing, gives it back to O'Hanafin, and the ball is coming into the middle, back to Niall McMahon. Niall McMahon gives it to Darragh Walsh coming across the midfield, coming across. He's going to look for Cooney, but Aidan McGrath has gone across the field, but the ball goes straight to Shane Brennan, overcomplicating things with Eire Og. That's it. The ball comes to Gary. Here comes Gary on one of his runs. He's going to kick a lovely low ball in towards Kelly. Kelly has it again. He's out in front of Darcy. He's leading Darcy and Mary Dance here at his instead. Here comes the ball to Brennan on the run, gives it out to here comes Clondegad. The ball given out to Owen Donlan. There was a couple of late challenges there, but I tell you, Martin, Clondegad know threat. Any chance to get, they're going to run it to Eire Og defence.
Yes, well, they're getting good possession of the ball, so the perfect leader for playing football. They're holding possession, they're making the runs, and there was one or two late tackles there, and ended up with a free in.
Yeah, and a free in for Clondegad just on the 21 metre line. A free for Gary Brennan is going to kick it off the ground. It's Clondegad 3 points, Eire Og 2 points. Gary, who has started off well for Clondegad, with splittering out between midfield and inside, and the clock ticks on, just gone 7 minutes, and here comes Gary Brennan. Is he going to double Clondegad's advantage here in this group game? Here comes Gary. Normally an easy tap over free, 4 points to 2, and I tell you, even at this early stage, now Clondegad supporters, they'll be gaining a little bit of hope.
Yes, naturally, Clondegad has started very well, and which they have to do, and very impressive, and a good score there from Gary.
Yeah, and Nate Murray with the kick out. It's an interesting conundrum for Eire Og. What do? Do you sit back or what you do? Here comes Murray coming with his shot kick out, kicking into the breeze. And the ball, he gets it out to Adam Fitz coming for Eire Og, coming up through the middle. We're looking for the runners. Here's who's he going to look for. He's going to give it to Colin Smith gives it out to the hard-working Liam Curry, and there was a challenge there right in front of Barry Kelly between Adam Fitz and Tony Kelly, and he let it go. Adam Fitz gets the ball across, and the ball is out to Liam Curry, another dual player, gets the ball into Courtney. Here comes Courtney, and he's going to give it to Cooney the runner. He's going to give the pass back to Philip Tilty, and overhit the pass over it, getting to his great play from Eire Og. Just the final pass not going to hand, and here come Clondegad. There's a tight edge down these dudes out to Ecom coming through, comes across the centre line, fist pass into the corner, in towards Philip Telty, very busy in these early stages. A kick from Telty, a ball in, and the ball was going to break for Gavin Cooney, but brave play by Liam DC in the Clondegad goals, came out and fisted the ball away, and the ball comes out to Barry Toner, their man, back foraging in his own half, and what's he going to do? He's going to go up, he's trying to get it past Darragh Walsh, not an easy thing to do. Here comes Toner, looks for Gary Brennan going to give it to James Murphy, and the ball over, lets the ball go past him, but Murphy gets away. He's fighting hard there with McGrath pushes on the back, and here comes Morgan Gary with the ball, and being told to cool it down by the very experienced Gary Brennan. And here comes Brennan, he's going to give it a pass, and Clondegad well tuned in here, gives it into Gary. Here comes Gary, he's trying to find Brennan, he's going to give it to number 22, gives it out. 22 is Podge, experienced Podge, gives it out to Gary going to shoot off his left, and straight over the bar. And indeed, Martin, Clondegad came a nice brand of football.
Yes, so some new lads brought in now, and they have a bit of experience. They're holding possession well, waiting for the man to get into position to give back to him, and a very good score there.
And here comes Murray with the kick out. He finds O'Hanafin, gets it away from Gary Brennan. Owen Donlan was putting in a challenge as well. The ball is now with Conor Brennan. Here comes Conor Brennan for Eire Og, across his own 65. He gives the ball, passes the ball off to Darragh Walsh. Here comes Darragh Walsh gives it to Ecom, foraging out round his own, coming now, trying to attack the Clondegad defence where they stay by the numbers. But Ecom passes him with ease, and he's going to give a ball into Philip Telty, the busy Philip Telty, trying to get away from Gavin. Telty a shot, and it goes out to the left hand side and gone wide. and Martin, for all the play, Eire Og's link-up play is very good. It's just the final ball is letting them down.
Yes, they had a couple of very good chances. They were very unlucky for a goal there 3 or 4 minutes ago, and just unlucky that he was off balance to take that shot.
And the kick out from Liam Deasy out towards James Murphy, but the ball is going to break down to Eacom, the hard working Eacom coming away. Iggy, as he said, he's better known, gets the ball off to O'Hanafin. O'Hanafin gets away from Colin McNeil. Here comes O'Hanafin, another man who won the good fisted pass from Colin O'Hanafin, another man who won Sigerson Cup medal with UCC this year. Makes the score is Clondegad 5 points, Eire Og 3 points here on Clare GATV. Just coming up on 11 minutes gone in an exciting championship game so far here in the first half. A kick out coming for Liam DC. What's he going to do? He passes out to Shane Brennan. Shane, who's in a centre back instead of Killian, who is, as Martin said earlier on, a big loss to Clondegad, and the ball is down to this hard working Gary gets it back from McNeilis gets it back, and they're going to give the ball down along the wing here to Ty Glitch, another dual player. Ty gets a goal, getting the ball into Gary Brennan. Gary now around the middle of the field. He's going to look for his captain, is Conor Gavin, out on the far side of the field as Clondegad attack the Eire Og defence. Here comes Gavin, gives it out to Shane, out to Podge, the experienced Podge McMahon. Podge, who's been kicking the scores for fun for years for Clondegad, looking for Tony Kelly being chased by Conor Brennan, but he's going to give it back to Gary Brennan. Gary Brennan gives the ball across out to James Murphy. Gary Turner gone inside. Here comes Murphy for Clondegad, gets the pass to challenge up Philip Telty, running into 5 or 6 Eire Og lads, and he's pulled back. There's a pull back there. Martin, Eire Og now beginning to get players back, and I suppose with Clondegad have to get whatever breeze. Eire Og will trying to keep scores to a minimum.
Well, just the way that Clondegad are attacking there, Eire Og need to get the bodies back to cut down the space and try and stop them making the runs. As a result, the crowd is out there, but they're not looking to give away a free.
Yeah, it's not enough free. We're going to be taken for Gary Brennan about 40 metres out from the Eire Og goal, directly in the centre of the park. So here comes Gary Brennan. It's 5 points to 3 in favour of the men from Clondegad. Can he double the scores here? Gary Brennan, the man who has been probably arguably Clare's bit footballer for many years. He kicks this on his right hand side and it's gone to the left hand side and gone wide, and poor miss from a player of Gary Brennan Sandals Martin.
Well, it's one you definitely expect Gary to score. It's reasonably central, not that far out, but unfortunately he just a fraction off target, so the score remains the same.
Yeah, the kick out comes Murray. He's going long with his head, looking for Liam Curry, and the ball is breaked out by James Murphy. James Murphy out to Tyke Lynch, and the ball comes out to Gary Brennan. And the ball was on there, coming to Barry Turner, but cut out by Colin Smith. Colin Smith gives it to the hard working Liam Curry being held up by Gary Brennan. Here comes Curry being fouled by Gary Brennan. Curry gives a quick one out to Colin Smith. Here comes Colin Smith. He gives it out to Colin O'Hanafin. The man has searing pace. He's trying to get away from Colin McNeilis. O'Hanafin. He's going to look for Shane Daniels who opened the scoring for Eire Og. Here comes Shane Daniels, gives it back to Liam Curry. Is Curry going to have a pot? No, he gives a lovely pot pass into Cooney. Cooney turns off his left, and that's better from Eire Og. Good link-up play and a good finish, Martin.
That's a great move by Eire Og there. Gavin had the space in the left-hand corner, made a very good run, a good ball into him and turned a quick throw with his left leg.
And a quick kick out from Liam Deasy gives a quick out towards Shane Brennan. Here comes Brennan, gives it out to McNeilis who follows us back in his own half and tries to carry the ball through. Gives it up here to Brendan O'Connell out now for Clondegad as they come. Gives it back to O'Connell again. Here's O'Connell. Man, he plays home on the whole of field as a wing back as well. Gives a quick ball into Tony Kelly. Tony Kelly now being picked up by Conor Brennan. He gets away from Conor Brennan. Here comes Kelly and step across on Tony Kelly. But definitely Martin, if Kelly gets enough ball, he's going to do damage.
Well, luckily enough, the space seems to be in the full forward line, and Tony's making very good runs and picking him out with good balls. So when he gets it in his hand, obviously he's 3 points scored, and he's dangerous every time he gets the ball in his hand.
And a free on the 14-metre line for Gary Brennan. Huge enough angle, about 20 metres in from the sideline on the stand-up side, where most of the Eire Og supporters will usually congregate. And this is an important free for Gary. He missed one in front of the goals the last time. It's 5 points for the men from Clondegad, 4 points for the men from Eire Og here on Clare GATV. And here comes Gary. Says himself, he knows that this is an important kick. He's going to kick it off his right foot. He comes in. He steadies himself. Here he comes in as a shot from Gary Brennan, and he no mistake from the outcome of the man, 6 points to 4. Indeed, Martin, look at me speaking about Gary Brennan, every one of the greatest footballers ever to come out of the county.
Oh, without a doubt, what a fantastic talent. He's done it for Clare now for the last 10 or 11 years. Superb player, recognised by his peers throughout the country at this stage, and has done it with Ireland in the Commonwealth rules. No doubt about it, he's one of the best footballers in the country.
Yeah, and we hope he'll get that coveted also before he finishes his career. A good kick out from Murray. And the ball is blocked down. The ball is blocked out by Brendan O'Connell. Here comes O'Connell, walking hard, gets the ball in. Here comes Podge making himself available, gets the ball out to Ty Geenidge. Here comes Ty takes the challenge. Ty kicking off his right. That's Martin's play from the men from Clondegad, and it's now gone into a 3-point lead. 7 points from Clondegad, 4 points per Rogue. If you were the Clondegad management, this is Martin, you'll be quite happy.
Yes, they're playing very well, and they have a better way around the middle of the field. Even though Gary is definitely now doing the forwards and midfield, but even without him, when he's not out there, they're still doing well out around the middle of the field, and that's laid the foundation for their success at the moment.
Yeah, and Gary is being picked up by Cathal Darcy at the moment, and here comes Nathan Murray as he's Gary Kelly telling Nathan Murray to hurry on with his kick out. He's gone long on this occasion. He's gone out towards Brandon O'Connell and James Murphy. O'Connell blocks it down and a push on the back by Brandon O'Connell, and it's a free. Won't be taken by Jarrah Walsh. Gives the ball to Icahn. Here comes Iggy crossing over, going to attack. Gets a good ball, lovely low ball in towards Philip Telty. Telty gets the ball out back to Iggy, but he's intercepted by Shane Brennan. Good experience there by Shane Brennan, and being held down by Shane Dennels, and the ball comes out to Morgan Gary. He's going to get the pass off to Turner, who's always available, and here comes the ball into Kelly now around the middle of the field. What's he going to do with this? This is going to be the ball in on top of Gary, and Gary well blocked down there. Here comes Gary Brennan. Here comes Gary, a shot. Is he going to take the run on? Going to be more aiding runs, and here comes Gary being well marshaled, but it comes out to James Murphy, a chance of a goal here for and it went over the bar from James Murphy. It's 8 points to 4, but definitely Martin, there's gaps appearing in that Eire Og defence.
Well, actually when Gary got possession there, everybody was expecting him to take it on, but he was well held up by the Eire Og defence. But James made a great run, and he was very lucky with his shot. It probably should have been a goal, but it just veered over the bar.
And indeed, Clondegad, they're not going to panic. They're going to keep working at this scoreline bit by bit. You're usually that they have to win by 8 points or more to stay in the championship. Here comes the kick out coming from Nathan Murray, a lower one, but it goes out to Turner. Eire Og not having much luck on their own kick out. Here comes the ball to Kelly taking on Aaron Fisher. Here comes Tony Kelly, run onto the 21, turns in off his right hand side. And until he a bit of over enthusiasm, maybe he should have said left on that one, Martin.
Well, with his success rate, he's going to push through with the left leg. It's very surprising that he didn't take that one, and he kicked it with the right and went towards the post.
Yeah, indeed. Clondegad, I tell you what, they're making sure that there's a ball in play at all time, keeping this game flowing at all time. Nathan Murray, no particular hurry with this kick out as he comes out the edge of the 14, tees it up. What's he going to do this? And Clondegad really in this innings, he's going to go short, and he goes short towards Aaron Fitz, and the ball comes out, and the out comes out towards the cornerback. The cornerback is Cathal Darcy being held up there by Podge McMahon. Here comes Darcy for Eire Og, crosses the 70, kicks it across to Ecom, plenty space for Ecom to run at the Eire Og, at the Clondegad defence. As he's going to look for runners, a pop pass, he gives it into Telty has already got one score. Here comes Telty playing around and now over playing again, trying to find Gavin Cooney, and here comes Clondegad with Barry Turner. That ball was teared out by Paul Flanagan. No danger. And the ball comes across to Murphy. Flanagan, an experienced defender in hurling, and has been doing it all at the top level. Here comes out to James Murphy. James has got a behind. Out to Turner. Out to Ty Geenidge. Here comes Ty. Gets the ball in top of Aaron, fits the ball. Oh, good catch there. And out comes out number 12 is for Eire Og, is Liam Curry. Here's come Curry now, who's gone back into defensive role, coming across to the midfield, being taken, doing challenge by two Clondegad, but he gets away from the challenge. Here comes Curry, still going, won't be closed down by Barry Turner. Gets the ball across to Jarrah Walsh. Now crossing, he pops the ball in towards Cooney. Here comes Cooney, gets across looking for Evan Courtney. Here comes Courtney being chased by McNeilis, a bit of over enthusiasm by Eire Og. It's 8 points for Clondegad, 4 points Eire Og. 20 minutes gone here in this first half of this senior football championship game. Martin, a good exciting game.
Yes, a very good match as we expected. Eire Og are not going as well as what everybody expected. Like, there would have been possibly side favourites coming into this match, but with Clondegad have been beaten by Petro now, they obviously have upped their game, and they know it's all they have to win this now today.
Yeah, and a good kick from Courtney makes it 8 points on the Clondegad for Clondegad, 5 points for Eire Og. They still that aggregate score is 5 points. A quick kick out. I tell you, Clondegad are not resting on the line for base that time. Liam Deasy gets the ball out today. Ever available, McNeilus gives it to Murphy, who gives it back to Manita. He breaks the tackle, but he's blocked out by Shane Daniels. The ball breaks out. A kick off the ground by Evan Courtney. I think there was maybe 1 or 2 fouls at Barry Kelly let go there, but in fairness to Barry, making the most of the game. The ball comes out. Here comes Brendan O'Connell for Clondegad. Clondegad gives it out to Morgan Gary. This man works very hard. Kicks the ball, kicking it looking for Gary Brennan. Gary Brennan being chased by Conor Brennan, and the ball comes out to Barry Turner. Barry Turner gives it back to Owen Donlan. Straight over the bar. A good, simple, economical football and a good score to finish, Martin.
Well, actually, they let the ball don't work that time. There were 13-14 yard key passes which set up the score, and a very good score in the end.
It is now 9 points for Clondegad, 5 points for the big road. Nathan Murray, what's he going to do with this one? He's ready for the run. Adam Fitz makes the run, and Aidan McGrath makes the run with Murray. He looks for the cornerback and he finds Niall McMahon. Niall McMahon made a good run there for Og. Up along here in front of the stand side. Gives it back to Adam Fitz. Here comes Adam Fitz for Eire Og. Goes back, looks back for McMahon. Eire Og trying to take the steam out of it. Here comes McMahon. He's going to be chased down by Owen Donlan. And the ball comes back. And here comes is it Darcy? Cathal Darcy. Here comes Cathal Darcy. He gets away from James Murphy. Leaves James Murphy in his wake. He's going to look for Iggy. Here comes Iggy. He's going to be chased up by Shane Brennan. Here comes Iggy. He's going to run at Shane Brennan. Brennan experienced, but he gets away. Here comes Iggy. A shot and a very good point from the man. Iggy. I tell you one thing. This man is frightening me when he's doing Mountain.
Yes, he's a powerful strong player. A very good run there, and he used his head. He put the ball over the bar with the hand pass.
Yeah, and indeed, David Reedy coming on to the Eire Og football team. We were thinking that David wouldn't be staying off the field for too long. And it looks like Philip Telty, a man who got a point in the earlier stages, is making the men making way. So David Reedy, he'll add a bit of pace to the Eire Og attack, Martin.
That's a very good player, very talented, very fit lad, and probably a bit of a surprise that he didn't start, but he's on now, so we'll have to see how he gets on.
Yeah, the kick out there from Liam Deasy, well caught by Colin Smith, but he has tied Lynch and Iggy down after that challenge. Here comes Liam Curry. It's 9 points for Clondegad, 6 points for Eire Og. The ball is with Liam Curry. Liam Curry trying to take the steam out of it, looking for the run of Cooney, and Cooney makes the run. He's found, tries to get away from Paul Flanagan. He's fouled by Paul Flanagan, but Eire Og patience, Martin, and waiting for the run for Cooney, and a good pass, and he's got 1 in 3.
Well, Gavin, that's one thing about Gavin, is if you're given a few seconds, he makes great runs and gets into space, and it's only a matter then of trying to get the ball in as far as he, because he has the skill. He's very dangerous, and he can score with left and right.
Indeed, Gavin Cooney, man who made his mark at Run the Rage for Clare, has played a number of Munster finals, made his mark with the Clare season this year. A very, very exciting prospect, and one for the future. You know, definitely one for the present, but he's definitely going to be a leader for Clare in the future. It looks like Gavin is going to taking this one himself. It's 9 points for the men from Clondegad, 6 points for Eire Og as the clock just ticks on. 23 minutes gone here in the first half. We said Liam Deasy, the Clondegad goalie, is manning the goals at the town end here. Good crowd in here for this senior football championship double header. Earlier on, we had Lizzie Casey defeating the men from Corofin, and Gavin Cooney makes no mistake. 9 points to 7. A bit of a comeback there from Eire Og, trying to take the sting out of the Clondegad challenge. And here comes Deasy. What's he going to do with this one? He goes shots to Peter Casey, and the ball has gone out over the head of Peter Casey, out over the line with a lack of concentration, and a line ball going to be taken by Evan Courtney. Courtney goes in, looks for David Reedy. David Reedy is beaten in touch by Conor Gavin. Gavin, the wing back, he's going to come out. He's going to find the fullback. The fullback is Peter Casey. Gets the ball out to Tyke Lynch. Tyke Lynch gets the ball out to Brendan O'Connell. Here comes Brendan O'Connell. He says Iggy dummy in that occasion. Here comes O'Connell coming across his own 70. Gets the ball. Gary Brennan next run, brings it back to O'Connell. O'Connell coming up, being held up by Iggy, and a pass out to Morgan Gary, but the ball is beaten away by Aidan McGrath. Iggy gets the ball back out to Colin Smith for Eire Og. Here comes Liam Curry marauding up along the far sideline, waiting for the runner. They're waiting for the runner Cooney. Cooney's been well marched inside by Paul Flanagan. Here comes Curry, gives the ball to Adam Fitz, no stranger to the forwards at any time. Gets the ball, passes back to Daniels, the man with the cultural left foot, and a shot from Shane Daniels. And well blocked inside by Deasy. That was a dodgy ball, went in. Daniels to open the score for Eire Og, and the ball comes out towards the number 22 is Shane Brennan getting the ball out. Here comes Clondegad again, and he's out to Podge, gets it back out to Ty Lynch gets it to Barry Turner, the hard working Barry Turner, and he gets the ball up. Here comes Shane Brennan. This one is going in long, in towards Kelly, and the ball over the top, and being kept in play by Nathan Murray gets it, tries to get away, comes out with the ball, Soren out with the ball, gets it out to Cathal Darcy. Here comes Darcy for Eire Og. Eire Og beginning to make hay. As they come across the on 65. He gets the ball off to Dara Walsh, another man who was played under edge football with success with Clare. Gets the ball back to the wing, out to Fitzgerald. Here comes Eire Og, out to Evan Courtney. Here comes Courtney, trying to take on Gary Brennan, getting away from Gary Brennan, going to be held up by Barry Turner, but Courtney is elusive, and that's a great ball in over the top, looking for Gavin Cooney, but the overhit pass is gone out wide. Liam Deasy letting the ball go out to the left hand side and go wide, and I tell you, in a match I've never seen a goalie running as fast and as quick, looking for quick kick outs. Here comes Liam Deasy, who is he going to look for in this one? He looks at the captain, is Conor Gavin going to be held down by Liam Curry, but Gavin does well, gets the ball out. He's going to give it out to Ty Lynch working hard. Here comes Ty, gets it back to Turner. How many times we mentioned this man's name? Here comes Turner, flicking the pop pass, getting the ball in for Donlan, trying to be taken on there by Niall McMahon, but Donlan does well. Donlan, who picked up a serious injury a number of years ago, playing the hurling for Ballier. Great to see him back in both codes. And the ball comes out to Brandon O'Connell. O'Connell gives it out to Gary Brennan, and we have a skirmish on the edge of the square. Let's see, does rugby, does a scene reminiscent of Aviva Stadium. We'll keep on with the play. The ball's with Barry Turner getting the ball out to Brandon O'Connell. I would presume the umpires, they haven't put their hand, indeed they've kept their hands down, and here comes the ball out with Aaron Fitzgerald, and the ball comes out. Here come Eire Og. Is it David Reedy coming out, crossing his own 65, now crossing the Clondegad 65. Here comes Reedy, putting the ball in for Aaron Fitz. Positions don't mean anything here in this set. The ball is out with Aaron Fitz, coming in his own 21. Gets the ball out to Cooney going to shoot off his left, being held up. He gives the ball back to David Reedy, or to Kelly. It goes out to Courtney, a shot, and his tail on the right hand side and gone wide. But Martin, at the incident above the goals, Clondegad's main attackers and the Eire Og wing back, they were having a go to.
Well, really, we were following the ball there. We didn't see much of it, but I just see the two of them tangling on the ground, and just seem to be tangling more than I don't think there was a row. But the umpires haven't drawn the referee's attention to it, so it can't have been too serious.
No, indeed. We're glad to say we're joined by listeners all over the world here, watching us here on Clare GATV. We say hello to Raymond O'Mahony in Warsaw and Ronan Kinney in the great footballing stronghold of the Ivory Coast, watching us here from live and Crazy Back. But indeed, the umpires are having a couple of focal in and Barry Kelly is making his way down to the goal here at the alley end of the field. And it's interesting to see what this, because the attack was developing for Clondegad, and they couldn't go direct, which was probably what they were looking for. But interesting to see what occurs in this one, Martin.
You just saw for 2 seconds, so I'd say running a looking for it. I don't think it was any punches on. I think they were just grappling on the ground. I don't think it was anything just serious. So I would imagine to be just two yellow cards.
Yeah, indeed, Barry Kelly, one of our the Clare, top officials in Clare, an experienced referee, and he's going to deal with this coolly, calmly and collectively. Is he going to give a card to we? Yeah, he gives a card to we to both players, to Conor Brennan and to Tony Kelly. And meanwhile, the scoreline, as we're just coming up towards half time here, is Clondegad in this instance by 2 points. It's Clondegad 9 points, Eire Og 7 points, and it's going to be a kick out going to come from the boot of Liam Deasy for Clondegad. Great lead, waiting for the runners. He's going to go short. He goes short to Paul Flanagan. Here comes Paul Flanagan crossing over. What have Clondegad gets going for half time? He gives the ball to Peter Casey. Casey being held up and being dragged back by Shane Daniels, and the ball is coming to the captain. It's Gavin. Here comes Conor Gavin with the kick. Gets it out to Brandon O'Connell. Here comes Brandon O'Connell. He's going looking for Barry Turner. Gives it to the ever hard working Ty Lynch. Ty Lynch who leaves it for Morgan Gary. What can Clondegad do before half time? He gets the ball, comes out. Here comes Clondegad with Shane Brennan. Shane Brennan gives the ball back to Ty Lynch. Here comes Ty Lynch looking for Kelly. Kelly, who got the first 3 scores here for Clondegad, being bottled up by Eire Og. And here comes Kelly with a beautiful left-footed kick. And indeed, Martin Flynn a touch of class once again from the boot of Tony Kelly.
Yes, well, his space was very, very tight there, and he done very well to get his shot off without having been blocked. And another score with his left leg, which is seemed to be his lucky foot this evening.
And a kick out from Nathan Murray is 10 points for Clondegad, 7 for Eire Og. Here comes Colin O'Hanniffin. O'Hanniffin hasn't been as busy as usual, but he's coming now. 70 yards, gets across his own, getting the ball, looking for Iggy. Iggy foraging back deeply as he tries to take on Ty Lynch. Eire Og are looking for the runners. Evan Courtney trying to make a run. David Reedy trying to make a run. Here comes Iggy, gives the ball out to Daniels, the experienced member. Here's Daniels. Daniels isn't going to play around with it too long, but he gets a lovely pop pass to David Reedy. And Reedy is being well challenged and being pulled back by Morgan Kerry. Or by Colin McNeil, free in for Eire Og. Gaps appearing maybe. I know Clondegad have to come out Martin, but I suppose they'll be trying to keep the house as clean as they can coming up to half time.
Well, Eire Og is good forward, so you know they're going to play space, they're going to make runs, and they're going to be dangerous at times. But you know, they were lucky there that David didn't get inside, because he had a great chance if he was inside.
Yeah, indeed, the goal was on, but it's 10 points and 7. I would imagine Evan Courtney is going to make it 10. Yeah, 10 points 8. The sharpshooter for Eire Og is from the boot. Evan Courtney. We're just gone into injury time, so we're at the discretion of Gary Kelly here in Cousy Park, Liam DC, giving the kick out to the ever available Colin McNeil. McNeil gets it out to Shane Brennan. Shane Brennan, he's going to give it out, and he's gone away. It's gone to Iggy, left to by Gavin Cooney. He gives it back to Cooney. Here comes Cooney. Is he going to have a pop? He gets the ball in towards Courtney. Courtney trying to work hard, gets the ball, trying to get the ball up. Foot tackle there by Ty, but gets away. Ty Lynch, Colin McNeil is trying to get it. Here comes Courtney for a row. Gets the ball off to Iggy. This could be the final moment. Out to Gavin Cooney. Great save by Liam DC, the Clondegad goalkeeper. I think he probably Martin kept Clondegad in the championship there with that one.
Yes, it looked it's a great move by Eire Og, and it looked a certain goal, which was fantastic block by the keeper.
Indeed, DC, like any good goalkeeper, advance with courage and advance with pace. The ball out to Morgan Gary. Morgan Gary gives it to Gary. Gary had been quite unusual, trying to he finds Gary, and the runner runs it. Smith runs it in, and the ball comes out. It comes out to Donlan. Donlan gets it back out. Is it Brendan O'Connell? Brendan O'Connell for Bellier, or for Clondegad. He bowls with Bellier. Gives out to Morgan Gary. The high ball is going in. Looking for Kelly. Here comes Kelly. Kelly gets the ball. He gets away from Conor Brennan. Here comes Kelly with a great block down by a good centre back in Adam Fitzgerald, and the ball comes out to David Reedy. David Reedy being pulled down there by Owen Donlan. And there goes the half-time whistle here at the end of the first half here in Cusick Park. Clondegad at 10 points, Eire Og 8 points. Martin, a very entertaining first half.
Yes, a very entertaining game, a tight game as we expected. Clondegad probably a slightly better team, even though Eire Og manufactured one or two goal chances, but the final pass went astray. But Clondegad are playing very well, have got some very good scores. A very good danger man in there with Tony Kelly, his 4 points got. And they're certainly were a very good chance.
Yeah, and indeed, for people that don't know, Clondegad have to win the match by 8 points, however, to get through to the next round of the championship. Clondegad suffered a defeat to Cracklow in the first round, and Cracklow in turn were defeated by Eire Og. But I tell you, Clondegad won't throw in the towel here. There's no doubt about that. And Martin, some of the scores have been absolutely, especially from the top class.
Well, Tony looks like a very experienced footballer the way he's playing out there. He's made very good runs. They've found him with a few very good passes within 30 yards of the goal. He takes on his man, and his 4 points got with his left leg, and actually the one he kicked with his right leg, which was a good chance, he kicked it wide.
Yeah, and indeed, having said that, chances gone big, and Clondegad had a chance of a goal in the early stages. Gary Brennan made one of his trademark runs down through the middle. It was cutting in from the right hand side. Now, I know the angle was narrow. He had to go for it. It would have been a great boost for Clondegad. It went out to the right hand side and gone wide. But Martin, Clondegad didn't panic. They kept tipping on the points after that.
Well, actually, that was a great and just said the angle was very tight, so he took a chance and had a shot for the goal. He went forward. He could have taken the point or fisted over the bar, but he went for the goal, and it was very unfortunate that the ball went outside the left-hand post. But they also had another very good chance when Gary had possession again, and he passed into James Murphy, who took a very good shot, but it kind of skewed off his foot and went just over the bar. He was leaning back as he was shooting, and that was an excellent chance of a goal, and probably should have been a goal.
Yeah, and indeed, coming down the other side,
I suppose just before half-time there, Eire Og, who had
got back into the game, and I was in the game, but we were starting to cut down the deficit, and they made a telling opening, and a ball broke to Gavin Cooney. But impressive goalkeeper from DC, he came out, spread himself well, and got the ball away to safety.
Yes, it was fantastic save by the keeper, because anybody who's here would expect the ball to get back in net. He spread himself well and made a very good block. And Eire Og had one or two more chances as well, where the final pass went astray. They looked like they were going to get in there to have the shot. But as the ball was in around the 14-yard line, the Clondegad defender managed to get his block in and got to stop the chance.
Yeah, and indeed, we're now joined here in by Maurice Walsh of Eire Og. Maurice, your thoughts on the first half of a very entertaining for championship game here?
Yeah, it's a very entertaining game. Two good teams going at it. In relation to Eire Og, we've had 5 scores on forwards, which is a good sign, and we've heard Clondegad, 20 Kelly's killing us inside. Eire Og have weathered the storm a little bit. We're back to 2 points. Hopefully we'll push on the second half.
And Maurice, it is an interesting conundrum for Eire Og. This 8 points. It's a funny way to go playing the game. You're trying to keep down an aggregate of 8 points. But Clondegad came at you, ran at you, but you got yourself back into the game with some good scores.
It is difficult to go out and realise that if you lose the game, you're actually qualified. But I think Eire Og now are starting to get the handle on Clondegad, and hopefully we'll push on, because they're a very dangerous team. Clondegad, the way Gary Brennan's making his run, a goal in this game is going to be a big factor.
Yeah, and indeed, just before half-time, Maurice, there was a chance there for Gavin Cooney, and I suppose nearly everyone in the place expected a player of Gavin Cooney's class, to put it away. But the Clondegad goalie, Liam Deasy, he spread himself well, and he probably, as we said in commentary, he kept Clondegad in the championship with a good save.
He did, in fairness now to the keeper. I know he came out with his feet first and things like that, and Gavin would be disappointed that he missed it, But in fairness to the keeper, he did make himself big, and he did well.
And looking at the second half, Maurice, what way do you expect Eire Og to approach the game? The breeze is probably, whatever breeze is in it, will be in your favour in the second half. Do you expect Eire Og maybe to attack more, or are they still going to watch this 8 points defensive role?
No, I think the prize is actually winning the game and trying to avoid what you're going to beat in the next round. It's very important that Eire Og win this game. The avenues that lie ahead are very, very difficult for them. So I just hope that they get the grips and they push on. I'd say we'll see a few of the substitutes going on. Let's say Shannon Down might make an appearance later on. But touch wood now that Eire Og is able to do it.
Yeah, and indeed the introduction of David Reedy just before half time, he's brought a bit of pace and a bit of industry to the Eire Og attack, and maybe he might be able to open up some more gaps in the Clondegad defence.
Look, David Reedy is a class act, whether he hurling, soccer, GAA, and I'm sure if he picked up any type of ball, he'd be well able to play with it. He's a fantastic athlete,
Maurice, thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
We're joined by Maurice Reedy of Clondegad. Maurice, your thoughts on the first half? We spoke to Maurice. This 8 points deficit, it's a hard one to aggregate. It's a hard one to understand. Clondegad, they were cut by 2. What way do you expect Clondegad to approach the game in the second half?
Well, they have to attack. They have to win by more than 8 points to win the game. So far, Eire Og's full forward line looks very strong with Courtney and Cooney. Whereas Tony Kelly seems to be the big danger man up there for Clondegad. Eire Og are coping fairly well now with Gary Brennan at midfield. And of course, the big dangerous is centre forward for Eire Og, like Ugaro.
Yeah.
Very good. They'll have a look for a goal there at the finish. But 2 points in it, Clondegad have it all to do. They have to go forward. They have to attack. To my mind, they need more than Tony Kelly. Whether they should move Gary Brennan up full forward or not, I don't know. Kelly is the danger man up there for him at the moment. But all to play for. I would fancy that it's going to be difficult for Clondegad to pull down the 8 points, and I think Eire Og will retain that little bit of, they'll be near enough to him at the finish, I'd say.
You have to accept my apologies, Paddy. I called you Maurice Reedy. I should have known you, Paddy McDonald, the great man from back to West Clare in Kilkee. But having said that, Paddy, in the first half, Clondegad, they got 2 goal chances, one for Gary Brennan early on, and one that he popped the pass off to James Murphy that he screwed it, but he got the point from it. There is chances, and if they keep making runs, they will gain the chances, Paddy.
They will get. James Murphy's now, it looked like a goal. He made a great burst down through the middle. James is very strong, of course, in the middle of the field, and Clondegad are doing very well at midfield. But you'd see Eire Og now, I think that there's more in him, I think, for the second half. I may be totally wrong now, because there's fierce incentive, no doubt now. Clondegad Clondegad, he'll get a bit of an 8, as we call it, in the dressing room at half time, and they'll be reminded that they have to, they'll probably need goals. Clondegad will probably need a goal. One goal might spark them. And as I say, they can't be totally dependent on Tony Kelly inside. He's very good and everything else like that. And he got a couple of points. I didn't count him. I don't know how many he got in the first half. But he was well bodied. I thought he had another couple near the finish. But they've recognised him. Eire Og have recognised him as a danger man. And the second fella's going in on him. This is what happens if one fella's get the scores. But again, it's a better game than the first game now. I didn't totally enjoy the first game. It was a bit one-sided. This is very interesting. And once again, Eire Og, they're very dependent a lot on Coney and Courtney inside. But overall, trying to gather want to put someone on him, he's busting down the middle there at centre forward, you know what I mean? And Shane Daniels will have to shake it up a little bit in the second half. But again, boiling back on it, I think that Clondegad will find it very difficult to get the 8 points required just over to go through.
And indeed, looking at the quality of the game, Paddy, a lot of people will be giving out about the standard of football and a lot of hand passing and all that. The standard of kick passing in this game, there has been a lot more kick passes than hand passes. It's a skill that's of a very high quality here.
Oh, it is, yeah. It's quite. Now, a lot of passes have gone astray too. There's been a lot of interceptions. Of course, there is close marking and all this kind of thing. You have to make allowances for that. But the standard of football, it's well recognised, the standard of football in Clare. It's kind of, we should thank probably Colin Collins for that. A running game, Eire Og would be fancied. As I said, they've got overall trying to get her on top of midfield. James Murphy's playing very well at midfield and Gary is going in and out. But to my mind, they would want to move Gary up front for put him nearer to the goal. Easier said than done because he's such a worker. He works through the field. So there you have it. It's looking good for Eire Og to have that cushion, and a cushion in football. 6 points is a lot. They're 2 points down at the moment, but they need to stay. Clondegad need to get the 8. They have to win by more than 8 points in order to win the game. But I think they'll find it tough now.
It looks like Clondegad are going to need green flags if they're going to put these 8 points back.
Well, they'll need one at least. It could spark them off. And you see, they're trying to find Kelly inside all the whole time. There has to be a small bit of variety to it, that's why. They'll know that. Their manager will know that better than I will. How best to use Brennan is the big thing. They've shot a couple of players today too. They've had a couple of injuries. I think Killian Brennan is out, isn't he? And a big loss from two men with county experience and things like that. And Eire Og will be looking for something in this, they won't feel bad about it at half time. So we look forward to the second half now.
And indeed, Penny, you mentioned the standard football and you were thinking Colin Collins, and Clare football got a great boost earlier in the week when Colin Collins announced, it was announced by the Clare County Board and ratified that Colin Collins was staying on for another year. The same with Dermot Coughlin staying on with Clare Minors. 2 great servants to Clare football and really doing an awful lot of work for the promotion of Clare football.
Oh, sure, absolutely tremendous. Colin Collins, this is his 7th year now. He's in 3rd place behind the likes of Mickey Hart is one of them. He tremendous work. I was just talking to a man down there. Pat Breen was alongside me. He's Clondegad, of course, as we all know. And it's not that long ago since there was having a ball kicked in Catlow, and even their hurling was junior. Well, thanks to the great crowd of lads they have, they play both games and still do it. Marvellous. But the coordination, as I say, from the football point of view, Colin Collins is tremendous work, and it is a great boost to have him back for the coming season, at least. As well as that, Dermot Coughlin, of course, a noted man, the Kilmurray Britain man. Clare football is well served with those 2 individuals. I don't think they've settled for the under 20 management as yet, but again, they've done such tremendous work that other counties will be crying out for both Collins and Dermot Coughlin.
And indeed, Paddy, from your extensive knowledge of the Clare football scene, is there any new players, and I know you go to all games, underage and adult games, is there any new players that have come on the radar that you think Colin Collins might be having a look at that maybe might be able to improve the team this year?
Well, he'll certainly have a look at Shane Meehan to the banner. Now Shane is young and once he's a dual player, equally talented as both the hurling and the football. but he'd certainly have a look at him. The rest now, as I say, with Courtney's on the panel already, you know, again, he's eagle-eyed himself, Colin Collins. There's no doubt he'll have a couple in his notebook for the coming season.
And there's no doubt, as you mentioned, Shane Meehan, we must say congratulations to Shane Meehan on making the Team of the Year, and also to Cian Galvin on making the Team of the Year. Penny McDonald, for now, thanks very much. Martin and Morris and Penny take our leave. Both teams are back on the field for the second half, trying to get up by 2 points. Penny was saying about putting Gary in full forward. How do you see it going here at the start of the second half?
Well, I see him lining up in the middle of the field there at the moment, but talking about putting him in the first half there, he was drifting in and out between midfield and the forward line. So the thing is, when he gets the ball and taking it on, he's very impossible to mark.
Brilliant, just to zoom in.
And you know, he takes up a couple of defenders, so there's naturally there's 1 or 2 free inside to lay the ball off to. I think that's what they're trying to work.
Yeah, indeed, the second half is about to restart here in Cusick Park. It's Clondegad, 10 points, Eire Og 8 points. Liam Deasy, the Clondegad goalie, manning the goals here at the end here at the start of the second half. And Nathan Murray, the Eire Og goalie, taking up his position at the town end, and the ball is thrown in, and the ball is won by Colin Smith in the middle of the field. Here comes Smith, gives the ball back out comes out to here come Eire Og on the attack. It's Liam Curry coming across his own midfield, gets the ball out to Aaron Fitzgerald gets the ball back across to Colin Smith for Eire Og. Clondegad getting the numbers back. Here comes Smith, his midfield pass to Dara Walsh, makes a run, and the ball comes into Reedy, a lively customer, predominantly inside in the corner, trying to get away from Conor Gavin. Here comes, gets the ball back out to Dara Walsh playing around with it, the man who's spent a bit of time in the US lately, getting the ball back, comes out to Courtney. Here comes Courtney back out to Daniels who opened the scoring at the start of the first half. He gets the ball back to Colin O'Hanniffin gets a great ball out to Aaron Fitzgerald, that's a marvellous goal from Aaron Fitzgerald, and Martin Flynn perfectly, if there ever was a team goal, that was a team goal for Eire Og. They showed plenty of composure and patience, and Aaron Fitzgerald, not unusual for him to come up and get a goal. Great goal.
Fantastic goal. The thing about Eire Og that time is what they had made do in the first half. They were hold possession of the ball, played cool, they didn't panic, kept finding the man, they didn't rush the pass, and as a result they worked it into Aaron Fitzgerald, and he had a 1-to-1 with the keeper and he put it away.
Yeah, indeed, he put it away with a plum. It's 1 goal and 8 points now for Eire Og. It's 10 points for Clondegad. Here comes Clondegad with James Murphy gets the ball back out, comes out to Podge McMahon, and a shot, and it's gone to the right hand side and gone wide, and the score remains 1 goal and 8 points for Eire Og, 10 points for Clondegad, and it's going to be kick out here coming from the boot of Nathan Murray for Eire Og. Nathan, that was a quick turnaround. Clondegad who went in 2 points up, now find themselves 1 point up. Murray goes short, looking for Aidan McGrath, who's always available for Eire Og, and here come Eire Og coming out they come. Out comes it's the wing back. The wing back is Conor Brennan. Conor Brennan gives it out to Dara Walsh and Shane Daniels, who are both involved in that move for that Eire Og goal. Gives the ball, looking for Iggy. Here comes Iggy, takes on Tona. Iggy using his pace, and he gets away from Tona with ease. He's going to find, looking for Courtney. He's been held up by Ty Lynch, and maybe Martin Ty Lynch maybe had a guilty cause for coming there as Iggy kind of jarred into him maybe.
Well, Iggy was trying to get around him, so he had no chance to made contact with him, so it's definitely free.
Yeah, you won't absolutely not a free in going to be taken by Evan Courtney. 1 goal and 8 points to 10 points, and a free, but 40 metres out from the Clondegad goal. Here comes Evan Courtney. Going to take in this one. Here comes Evan. What's he going to? Is he going to kick this one? Here he comes, taking his time, composing himself. Courtney, who's a marvellous kicker of a ball and makes no mistake. It's now 1 goal and 9 points for Eire Og, 10 points from Clondegad. And here comes the kick out, going to come from Liam Deasy. Liam tries to go a shot, looking for McNeil, who's always been available. Now he gets the ball back out to Conor Gavin. Here comes Gavin from Clondegad, getting the ball back out to Paul Flanagan. Paul Flanagan being held up there by Colin Hennefeld, and the ball is going to be free for Clondegad. The ball out to McNeil, it's out here in front of the stand side, trying to make ground up along the stand side. He gets the ball out to Brendan O'Connell. Brendan O'Connell gives it back gives it back to McNeil. McNeil is held up and a foul, which the ball is going to be free for Clondegad. It's Brandon O'Connell. Brandon O'Connell gets the ball into the captain, Conor Gavin. Gavin trying to would have been emergency in, but the ball is scored up. Oh, the ball is out to make his way into Podge, but Alan Fitzgerald gets it out for a row. Alan Fitzgerald gives it to Curry, gives it back to Fitzgerald. This man, it's more 4-3 motions. He comes up the field. Fitzgerald, lovely low ball. Look for Hennepin. Tries to get out, gets out in front of his man, gets out in front of Paul Flanagan. Here comes Flanagan and the ball in from Hennepin into Curry. Curry is bearing down and goes for Eire Og. Here comes Dean Curry and he gets the ball, tries to look for Shane Daniels, but it's cut out by Peter Casey. Peter Casey gives it to Conor Gavin, and here comes Clondegad again with Brandon O'Connell. Brandon O'Connell for Clondegad. He's going looking for James Murphy. James with the ball over the bar in the first half. He tries to get out. Here comes Gary coming through the middle, being chased by Colin Smith. Lovely pop pass, but he's being cut out from that. But here comes Eire Og again. Eire Og have up empty in the second half. And here comes Darragh Walsh. Darragh Walsh. He's going to find Aidan McGrath. Here comes Walsh. A lovely top pass in out for Cooney, but Cooney goes down, touches the ball on the ground. And going to be a kick out for free out for Shane Brennan. Now the break and play here. The ball comes out is Ty Lynch. Ty Lynch gets it across to Morgan Gary. Over in front of the Eire Og support on the stand-up side. Hits it into O'Connell. O'Connell, who's been all over the place for Clondegad. Here comes Brendan O'Connell, being mapped up, being stepped up by David Reedy. All comes out to cornerback. The cornerback is Clondegad. He tries to get the Ty Lynch to Turner. Here comes Turner, trying to make hay. Gary Brennan now on the edge of the square. And they're going to look for Gary Brennan. And the ball in. Oh, the ball comes over the top. Gary Brennan is came. He was pulled there by Paul Hennepin, but the goalkeeper Murray came out and made the ball his own and hit the ball away. Here come the cornerback is Niall McMahon, gives it out to Shane Daniels got Darcy. Here comes Darcy for the row. He's going to give it to Darragh Walsh being tied down by Ty Lynch. Here comes Darragh Walsh as he comes across. His father was confident at half times. He gives the ball out to Evan Courtney spots the gap. He's going to look for Gavin Cooney, but Courtney is taking on the Clondegad defence, and here he goes, going to give the ball out to David Reedy. Here comes David Reedy for Eire Og. David Reedy trying to get away from Nick Nealish, trying to get away from Peter Casey, using his soccer skills down here. And very good play by David Reedy. Experienced play by David Reedy there. He was in the trouble and kicked the ball off the opposing Clondegad defender Peter Casey and brought himself a sideline.
Well, David realised there that he was going over. He was in a quandary. So soccer style that he just hit the ball off the defender and went out to the sideline and gives him a break for a few moments.
6 minutes gone here in the second half of this exciting Senior Football Championship game here on Clare GAA TV, and it's saying Shane Daniels, he has a cultural left boot. Not even Shane Daniels, I think, would take on the kick from inside in the corner here. As I said, Clondegad are defending the goals at the end of the second half. It's 1 goal and 9 points for Eire Og. That's 12 points. 10 points for Clondegad. There's an injury picked up there. Is it by Morgan Gary? But Morgan Gary is now okay to take up his position. And here comes Shane Daniels. I see the linesman having a word with Barry Kenny. And is Barry going having a word? No, it's play on it. Here comes Daniels with this left foot. He's looking for a remover. Daniels kicks a lovely cultural ball in, but it's cut out by Barry Turner. He was looking for Iggy. When the ball comes out to McNeil gives it back to DC. Owen Turner gives it back to Turner. Here comes Turner. Clondegad would like maybe see Turner further up the field. A free given a push there on Shane Daniels, and here comes the free going to be and the war referee is going to have an award with Iggy. Oguero there just outside, just having a word to tell him to calm it down, and the free going to be taken by Peter Casey. Peter Casey gives it out to Shane Brennan. Here comes Shane Brennan going to look for Brendan O'Connell, but indeed he gives it out. He gives it to Podge. Podge is coming back trying to conversate things back in his own half of the field now, and the ball comes out to Conor Gavin giving it to Gary Brennan. Clondegad with the ball looking in for Tony Kelly, the quick ball into Kelly who got 4 points in the first half. Here comes Kelly, he's trying to find the pop bet, but the wing back O'Hennepin has run with Gary Brennan and taking Gary Brennan. Gary is looking to do balls at the back of the goals there. What can he do? He was pulled down there, and the ball here come Eire Og. Is it Darragh Walsh out for Eire Og coming across? And he pops the ball off out now to Fitzgerald, whose goal is the difference between the two sides. He's got a great goal. Well, here come Eire Og playing the ball. It's Darragh Walsh now at this stage. Darragh coming across field, going to be chased down. Here comes Darragh Walsh, an athletic, a very good hurler also. Played one Fitzgibbon with UCC. Here comes Darragh Walsh. Darragh Walsh pops the ball into Cooney now out for 50 after yards, 45 yards out from his goal. He's taken on the Clondegad defence. A shot from Gavin Cooney, and that's a marvellous cheer of the Eire Og supporters. 1 goal and 10 for Eire Og, 10 for Clondegad. Gavin Cooney is a special talent captain.
Very good player. Said earlier on, he can score with both feet. He makes very intelligent runs and always looking for it to get away from his marker. And when he got on the ball there 30 yards out, picked a very good time.
And the change on the Clondegad team is Owen Glynn, who was named in the original team. He comes on instead of Morgan Gary. In fairness, Morgan Gary has put in a tremendous shift from Clondegad, right himself into the ground, but in looking for a bit of experience on the Clondegad team. 9 minutes gone here in the second half, and is now Eire Og 1 goal and 10, Clondegad 10 points. That makes it an 11 point deficit. The Clondegad have to try and pull back, then into the breeze here. It's going to be tough as from here on, Martin.
Well, naturally the goal has made a big difference to the game now, and at this stage you would imagine Eire Og have enough to hold on, but you never know. I think Clondegad are going to need a couple of goals if they want to pull this out of the fire.
And the shot kick out from Liam Deasy came out to Peter Casey. Peter Casey tried to give it to Barry Turner, who was robbed by Iggy, but Iggy is in turn robbed by James Murphy. This man is a hard working farmer by day, and I tell you, he's a hard working footballer here in Cusack Park today. Gives the ball out to Gad. Ball's given back to Gary Brennan. Gary Brennan back to Owen Donlan. Donlan with the pop pass in for Kelly. Kelly will go down one hand. Lovely pick up by Kelly. Kelly does well. Been flanked by 3 Eire Og, but loses out in at 3. Maybe it's of the softer variety at this stage, Matt, but there's no doubt there was probably talking the shoulder.
Well, yeah, Tony had done very well to get a position of the ball, and when he couldn't get the ball away, he got the free in.
And Clondegad, who were defeated in the Cusack Cup final earlier on this year. They were in the county final last year, defeated by Martin's home club of St. Joseph's Milltown, and beaten in the Cusack Cup final around this year with 1-4 to 5 points. And Clondegad would probably be disappointed with their championship outing, especially losing that big loss to Crackdown in round 1, putting themselves under considerable pressure here today. And here comes Gary Brennan trying to bring it in with the right hand ball, left hand ball. Tremendous skill from Gary Brennan. 1 goal and 10 for Eire Og. 11 points now from Clondegad, the deficit of 2 points. Well, in real terms, it's 10 points, it's the deficit here. So, if you think we're talking in funny numbers now, it's just that, as we said, Clondegad have to win by 8 points if they're to remain in the championship. Otherwise, they go into the dreaded relegation match. The kick out is kicked out by Nate Murray, out to Aidan McGrath finds Murray. Murray is not one of these goalkeepers that he's likes to come out to beat. He's kind of a Shane Ryan, Kerry Esther, Niall Morgan or Tyrone, and the ball comes across to the Murray, I think cornerback is Niall McMahon gets it up across the field to here comes in the Fitzgerald gives the ball back to Evan Courtney for Eire Og. Here comes Evan Courtney, the man that makes things tick up here comes Courtney, he looks to the runner, and it's always going to be Coney off his left foot. That's tremendous play from Gavin Coney and Eire Og. 1 goal and 11 points now to 11 points, and in fairness, Martin, again, cool play by the men from Eire Og and a great finish by Coney.
Well, as I said, you keep saying Gavin makes great runs, and Courtney helped for this until Gavin made the run, heading to the ball and tumbling over the back.
And here comes the ball with Brendan O'Connell coming into the Eire Og half of the field. Gives the ball back to Conor Gavin. Gavin gives it across to Turner. Here comes Turner. From the in from Clondegad. Gives it to Murphy. Here comes Turner. He's going to find Brennan. Can Clondegad orchestrate a score? The ball comes out to Tygid Inch. A pop pass from Tygid Inch. And straight over the bear from Tygid Inch. Cut the deficit back to 2 points. 1 goal and 11. On the men from Eire Og. 12 points from Clondegad. A little look, Martin, Clondegad, they're definitely not thrown in the towel here.
No, they're going to give it a lash in the very end, and good move there. They're obviously trying to set up the goal, but they have 6 on hit for the fight and the occasion.
And indeed, my DC has been introduced for the men from Clondegad, and this is a Shane Brennan, who has ran himself into the ground, who's after the centre back has ran himself into the ground, and Clondegad would like DC, who is a great man to pick up scores in the hurling field, and Clondegad would like when he's hurling for Ballyea, and Clondegad would like much of the same here from Niall DC. But here comes Murray 30 yards up his own goal. He gives the ball off to Conan O'Hennepin. He gets away from Niall DC, leaves him in his wake. O'Hennepin is speedy footballer, gets the ball on to Courtney. Courtney is very experienced player, always available for the pass, and here comes the ball out with the wing back. The wing back is O'Hennepin. A shot from O'Hennepin over the bar. 1 goal and 12 points, and every time that Clondegad get a score, now the side of a good team, Eire Og, they come down and give the answer with a score back.
Yes, good move again by Eire Og. Move the ball to position and wait until Clondegad hit the position and kick the ball over the bar. Very good score.
As we said, 1 goal and 12 for Eire Og, 12 points for Clondegad. Here comes Clondegad. The ball is up along here in front of the main centre, Gary Brennan. Gary Brennan being stood up by Darragh Walsh. Darragh Walsh is now being hit by Liam Curry. Curry always available to help with anyone in the channel. Get the ball, Smith tries to break. Here comes Gavin. Gavin gets back to Donlan, but Donlan gives it to James Murphy. Back to Gavin. And the ball comes back to Owen King. Owen King from Clondegad, the man who's just after being introduced. Being chased by Liam Curry. Being held up by Liam Curry. And the ball comes out to the wing back. The wing back is Conor Brennan for Eire Og. Here comes back to Brennan again. And Brennan, what's he going to do with it? He gives it out to Darcy. Here comes Carl Darcy. Darcy gets away from James Murphy's challenge, but James Murphy doesn't give up the goal. Here he comes, and it's being held by James Murphy, and a free for Eire Og. And now Gavin Cooney back around his own half back then. Paul Madden down in front of his manager. He might rather see him go up the field as he instructs him. The ball is going to be free. Niall McMahon for Eire Og. 14 minutes gone here. 1 goal and 12 to 12 points. And here comes Niall McMahon coming through for Eire Og. And the runner, he took for David Reid. You know, he's been chased up by Ty Lynch. He gets the ball into the corner. The ball goes into the corner. And here comes for Eire Og. Eire Og is Mark McInerney, son of Francis, who's been introduced for Eire Og. And the ball back to Courtney. And that's a massive kick from Evan Courtney over the bar. But tremendous composure from Eire Og, which is probably their trademark in this team.
Well, the thing about Eire Og is they're very talented footballers all over the field. They're good defenders and good attacking players. And they're making the most of their chances now in the second half. I'd say there was a few choice boards there at half time, and it's just gone wide. But definitely a massive improvement in Eire Og in the second half.
Yeah, indeed, and a kick wide there from normally reliable Evan Courtney. And I'd say, as you said, choice throws, but Eire Og in a quandary of what to do with your 8 points up. It's very hard to. You might be off maybe at times, maybe just starting off and saying, as I presume the Eire Og mentioned, said, it's nil all, forget about the 8 points. But here comes Nate Murray with the kick out. Murray, he's going looking for the wing back. Or it's Liam Deasy finds Gavin. Gavin gets the ball out to Brandon O'Connell. Here comes Brandon O'Connell. Going ahead of field, sticking closely there to Gary Brennan. He's stopping him for every run. And here comes James Murphy. Murphy gets away from Darragh Walsh. Murphy has worked very hard for Clondegad. Tries to take the ball into contact. He looks for Tony Kelly. Tony Kelly strikes off his right hand side. That's marvellous. We know he missed one in the first half, Martin, but he's equally come through left or right.
There's an excellent point there. The ball was laid off to Tony there. He took a snapshot with his right foot this time and a very good score.
And that makes it 2 points deficit again. It's Eire Og, 1 goal and 12. 13 points from the men from Clondegad. We've gone halfway through the second half here in the Senior Championship Group game between Clondegad and Eire Og. Cracklow awaiting the fate of whatever results from this game, but it looks like Cracklow will be going through. If Eire Og win this, they go through with the top team, and Nate Murray being pulled back there, being delaying too long in the kick out, and Barry Kelly is 1 goal and 13 to 13 points. And here Barry Kelly, what's he going to do with his one? He's for the delay. Nate Murray has been won once or twice. It's a hot ball right on the 21, just inside the D. What's Kelly going to do? He's going to throw this up in between Gary Brennan, and looks like Gavin Fick's going to contest this one. Brennan goes up, tries to get Brennan, brings it down inside, break there by Brennan, and the ball comes out to Lynch. Lynch sells a dummy, gets the ball back out, looking out here to Brandon O'Connell. O'Connell kicks off his right foot. That's a marvellous point. 1 goal and 13 points to 14 points in favour of Eire Og. They're not thrown in the town, Martin, but they're going to have to try and engineer going through very, very shortly.
Well, you wouldn't expect Clondegad to win the town. They're great batters. There's some very good players out there, so there's no fear of them throwing in the town. But the thing is, Eire Og are playing a sweeper at the moment, so they're finding it very hard to get in there and get a goal chance. But you just have to keep trying and keep going.
And indeed, Joe Nealon is on the centre forward originally. He's on now for Clondegad, and Podge McMahon has run his court. Podge, who's been a great servant of Clondegad football, also played football and ran himself into the ground for the cause. The ball here's with James Murphy. That's one man that won't give up the ball for Clondegad. Gets it back to Owen Donlan. He's been fouled there by Cathal Darcy. A free in for Eire Og. And the ball is back with Barry Toner. Here comes Barry Toner for Clondegad. Gets the ball across to Brandon O'Connell. Here comes O'Connell coming across his own the Eire Og 70 to Conor Gavin, the captain for Clondegad, gets the ball back to Brandon who's already just got a score, and the ball he tried to do the same again, but way blocked down there. And here come Eire Og with Darcy. This man has pace, and he gets the ball out. Looks like he's a Mark McInerney or Darragh Walsh. very comfortable on the ball, gives out to Courtney. Here comes Courtney, tries to sidestep McNeil and gets away from James Murphy and Gary Brennan, and he gets the ball. He got out to speedy David Reedy. Here comes David Reedy, and he pops the ball into Cooney. Cooney is on a one-on-one. A shot from DC, and the rebound from Kevin Cooney. And I tell you, that probably is Clondegad's championship over and done with. 2 goals and 13 points for Rogue, 14 points for Clondegad. As we said, Martin, every time Clondegad get a score, Eire Og comes down. Oh, and a quick kick out from Liam Deasy. He comes out to McInerney. Here comes McInerney over the bar from McInerney. 14 to 14 points. And really, you can look out at the body language of Clondegad players. Not looking good now, Martin.
Well, it's hard to see him coming back from this now. Very good move here from Eire Og again. And Gavin got a great goal. Was a bit unlucky for the keeper there. He made a fantastic save and a 1-1 again, but Gavin was alive to the rebound and stuck it in it, and Mark McNally could have possibly gone for a goal, but it over the bar.
Yeah, indeed, we have to give DC credit in the Clondegad goals. He made an excellent save again from Cooney, but Cooney was picked to the rebound. The ball is with Barry Toner. Barry Toner coming down for Clondegad, gives it back to Brandon O'Connell. Here comes Brandon O'Connell. Brandon O'Connell gives it out back out to Ty Glitch. We've gone nearly 19 minutes gone here in the second half. Gary Brennan. Clondegad maybe would like Gary Brennan closer to goals. He gives it to Owen Donlan. Owen Donlan gives the ball back to Joe Nealon. Joe Nealon, a man who plays cornerback for Ballier. Back to Donlan. A shot from Owen Donlan over the bar. 2 goals and 13. 2 goals and 14 to 15 points now for Clondegad. Realistically, Martin, it's hard to see Clondegad pulling it back from here. Is now a deficit of 13 points.
Well, they're still battling, still working away, and that's what you expect. You don't expect any team to throw in the towel, so he'll keep going to the very end.
Yeah, and a kick out coming from Nathan Murray. Looking to take out for Dara Walsh and Murphy. Great catch by Murphy. I tell you, he's been one of the standout players on the field today. And the ball comes out to Ty Glynn, back to Joe Neal, and here comes Joe, and the ball he comes out to Owen Glynn. Owen Glynn gives it back to Ty Glynn. Ty Glynn gives it back out to tries to find Murphy. But here comes Eire Og, and here comes Darcy. This man is a very accomplished footballer, also a good hurler with Kimeli, and the ball comes out to Liam Curry. Evan Courtney got great flick pass there from Curry. Curry gives it to Evan Courtney, and the number 10 is McNeil is trying to walk onto him. Here comes Courtney for Eire Og, crossing inside, robbed by Brandon O'Connell. Great play there by O'Connell, didn't give it up. As Martin said, they won't throw in the towel. And the great play by McNeil, and the ball comes out to Glynn. Here comes Owen Glynn. He's going popping the ball in, looking for, and it is Tony Kelly. Here comes Tony Kelly. Tony Kelly giving it back, looking for a shot from Tony Kelly. Bit ambitious, but the ball is kept in play by Niall Deasy. Here comes Niall Deasy coming in, trying to get away. A shot, he gives it back to Donlan. A shot, and it's blocked down by Aaron Fisher. And at that stage, maybe would DC have been better advice to shoot first time, Martin?
Well, he did back to the goal, so he probably had a better option to lay it back where the player coming in could see what he was doing. And he was very unlucky.
And the ball is with David Reedy. David Reedy out to Iggy. Here comes Iggy. Here comes Icom as we call him. He not happy with the treatment from Joe Nealon, and he let him know a pull back there, but there's going to be probably a card for one of the Clondegad players. But in fairness, Clondegad will be looking, they're going to be going into maybe a relegation battle, and a yellow card there for the hard working James Murphy, and they'll need it, so take out whatever positive they can out of this game, so they'll want to finish on a good note. And here comes number 8, Colin Smith, an athletic player, gives it out to David Reedy. Getting the ball, lovely. Cooney is always available. Gavin Cooney is a stylish corner forward. Here comes Cooney with a cultural left boot. That's a marvellous kick from Gavin Cooney, and in fairness, he's shown all the skills of the game here at Cusick Park today.
Well, anybody who's seen him play with the Clare team has high hopes. They've been very impressed with his skill level, and that was probably one of the best scores that we've seen today. Got the ball in his left foot 35-40 yards out and straight over the bar. 2
goals and 15 for Eire Og, 15 points from Clondegad. The MTC with the kick out, looking for Gary Brennan. Wherever Gary Brennan goes, Colin Hannafin is in close proximity. Here comes Gary Brennan coming across his own 65, gives it out to Toner. Here comes Barry Toner, going to look for getting the ball across the field, looking for is it Brandon O'Connell. Here comes O'Connell. I guess the ball back to McNeilish. McNeilish being held up there by Icom, and he overcarries the ball. Icom We'll go Eire Og for Eire Og, playing very well. Leaves the ball back to Aaron Fitzgerald. Aaron Fitzgerald, whose goal at the start of the second half made a big difference here in this game. And Barry Kelly not allowing the quick free on this occasion. 2 goals and 15. 23 minutes gone here. And there's a sub on the Eire Og team. On the Eire Og team, it's Eire O'Connor, another player who has represented the county at underage level, coming on for the men from Eire Og, and it is indeed Aidan McGrath, who's put in a tremendous shift for Eire Og, departing the scene. 2 goals and 15 for Eire Og, 15 points for Clondegad, a free for Eire Og from the Clondegad 65. One player in Cooney inside about 40 metres from the Clondegad goal. Mac McInerney now making himself available. The ball comes to Liam Curry. Liam Curry being tripped maybe by Joe Nealon, and that's spotted by Barry Kelly on that occasion, but Nealon worked hard. And here comes a free. Barry Turner, look, the runners aren't going as quick as they were. The ball, but Brennan obviously making himself available. Here comes Turner trying to find, but he's been held back by being well held by Cathal Darcy as Eire Og are going to go on the defensive, and I think Barry Kelly is going to have a word as a sub coming on, another sub coming on the Eire Og team. And indeed, it is, as Morris well said at half time, it's a fella well known to all Clare people and GA people all over the country, top class hurler, but also Shane Donlan. He's no slouch in the football field either.
Well, I haven't seen him play football too often by all accounts. He's supposed to be a very good player. So he's got a chance now over the last 10 minutes. We'll see how he gets on.
Yeah, and the free given to Murphy. Here comes Murphy for Clondegad. Throws up the ball, but he's blocked down, being foot tripped there by Aaron Fitzgerald. I think maybe on that occasion Barry Kelly maybe having a bit of sympathy for the hard-working James Murphy. 2 goals and 15 points to 15 points. 25 minutes gone here. 5 minutes left, as Martin says, and a free for Gary Brennan. What's he going? I presume that he will probably throw this one over the bar. Very hard to go to get a goal with that many defenders inside on the line. And it looks like that Liam Curry has picked up an injury there in that latest incident and that tackle over there with Barry Turner. Here comes Gary Brennan. We're in the dying embers here of this senior championship game here on Clare GA TV here in Cusack Park. And what's Gary? Gary normally kicks the frees off the ground, but it looks like is he going to go for blasting operation at this time, Martin? 2 goals and 15. He's gone for blood now. He kicks it out of the bar. 2 goals and 15 to 16 points. Even at this stage, Martin, I think looking at the body language of Gary, I'd say he's trying to get as much out of the game as he can to bring it into a relegation battle, which is one that they should be more than comfortable with, but at the same time don't really want to be there.
Well, actually, nobody wants to be in the relegation battle. Like for a team that were in the Cusack Cup final, they had a good year to get into the Cusack Cup final. That Cusack Cup final was against Milltown. There was very, very little in it. It could have gone either way, and you wouldn't expect to be in a relegation battle.
Yeah, and here comes Nate Murray with the ball, gives the kick out to Hennepin, and here comes Smith for Eire Og, get the ball out to here comes Shane O'Donnell, and Shane O'Donnell paps the ball off to David Reedy, younger guns on now, more young guns on for Eire Og. Here comes to McInerney, son of Francis, as Martin would know well, captain of the Clare team that won the Munster Championship in 1992, and the ball comes out for Eire Og, out of Paddy O'Malley, another cultural footballer who has played underage and has played soccer at a high level, and another sub for Eire Og coming on is Barry Lynch, and Martin. Eire Og taking the time to get championship action into some of the younger guns.
Well, it's a great chance. The fact that they're so far ahead now at the moment, it gives them a chance to try out 4 or 5 players, and actually everyone wants to get a run and championship day and see how they go on and take a claim for the next day.
Yeah, and indeed. And so also on the Clondegad team is David Reedy. He's coming back off the field for Eire Og again. I think Eire Og maybe might be looking at the hurling game next week as well, trying to give David who added great pace and impetus to the Eire Og attack when introduced today. So he has his job done. The management very, very happy. Maybe he's picked up an eagle. And here comes Joe Nealon, and the ball is out around the middle of the field. The middle of the field is with Darragh Walsh for Eire Og, gets the ball back to Eire O'Connor. Some of the players Eire Og are bringing on players of county standard, so it just shows the strength of their panel. Down to McInerney gives it back out to Iggy. Here comes Iggy, the man for Eire Og, trying to pop the ball, get the ball back to Barry Lynch. Barry Lynch just introduced, and unfortunately a poor finish to the end of the movement, but indeed it just shows the strength of the Eire Og panel, Martin, the quality of player that they're able to bring on.
Well, that's one of their strengths, is they seem to have a very strong panel. Some of the players are very come on, you'd expect them to be starting, and they have a chance now to take a claim.
And the ball from DC out to Gary Brennan. Gary Brennan back to Gavin, and the tired bodies now. Here comes Shane O'Donnell, and the one thing we don't want to see is that run at you. Shane O'Donnell back to McInerney. McInerney left footed over the bar. 2 goals and 16 points for Eire Og, 16 points for Clondegad. And you know, with a performance like this, Martin, Eire Og will be more than a formidable challenge for anybody left in the championship.
Well, judging by their performance today and the panel have, I think they're as good as what's left in the championship, and in the draw for the next round, I don't think anybody fancy facing Eire Og.
And a kick out, well caught there by Niall Deasy, well fielded by Niall Deasy. He gives it to the hard working Colin McNeilis. McNeilis coming up along the stand side and the stand up side, as he's going to be fronted up by Aaron Fitzgerald and robbed. Aaron Fitzgerald, you know, shows all his experience and composure as a county player. He's goal who really set Cusick Park alight here and really ignited the challenge. 2 goals and 16 to 16 points. 16 points. Here comes Colin Smith for Eire Og. The cut-shot midfielder gets the ball back to Barry Lynch. Here comes Barry Lynch, gets the ball back to O'Donnell. O'Donnell looking busy, looking for ball, gives it back to Niall McMahon being pushed there by Tony Kelly. A free given against Tony Kelly. Tony now back in his own half back line, and really the Clondegad challenge is probably over and done with for today. 2 goals and 16 points. That's 22 points, 16 points, 6 points of a deficit. 4 minutes of added time has been called by the match official Barry Kelly, and it looks like the cornerback Niall McMahon taking this free for Eire Og. As I said, Eire Og playing into the town goal here in the second half. 2 goals and 16. Gives the ball to Shane O'Donnell. Shane O'Donnell for Eire Og. Shane O'Donnell looking mean and lean, and he gets away, tries to get away from Joe Nealon. Joe Nealon pulls him back, and Joe maybe strikes out a bit of a boot there, or pulled him back, and they may get to see one other later on in the championship. Maybe Joe trying to set down a marker. But looking at the championship, Martin, you know, we speak about how good Eire Og are. This is 2 good victories for Eire Og, Cratloe and Clondegad back to back.
Yes, Eire Og will be very, very happy to get these 2 out of the way. This was known as the group of death, and it's easy to see why all 3 teams are capable of beating each other. And while Clondegad have disappointed you know, Eire Og will be delighted to get 2 wins, and you know, I put him up there now with one of the favourites in the championship.
Yeah, indeed, setting down a serious marker. 2 goals and 17 to 16 points. In his time, he set down a marker the last day against Clare, which again was also shown on Clare GATV. And we hope, you know, you've enjoyed our coverage here today here on Clare GATV from Cusick Park of this game between Eire Og and Clondegad. Eire Og giving a masterclass in football here today and composure. And here comes Clondegad. McNeilis tries to get the ball out the wing, looking for Barry Turner. The ball comes out to Owen Glynn it is, gives it back to James Murphy to Barry Turner. In fairness, experienced players, and a kick, a high ball in from Turner, looking inside for Owen Donlan, but the ball is going to break down to Niall McMahon gets the ball out to Paddy O'Malley. This man has played for underage and football for Clare at a high level also. Out to Darcy, impressed with this man. Darcy always wants to take on his man, being tries to be fronted up by Gary Brennan. Gary will have the football to get ready for round next week as Bellier move on to the quarter-final of the championship. And the ball against Crushy, and the ball in over the top. Oh, what a catch by O'Donnell. Oh, and he's being pulled back there by Turner. But here comes O'Donnell to Mark McInerney. Great save by DC. A shot, McInerney, goal. 3 goals and 17 points for Eire Og. 16 points from Clondegad. A comprehensive victory, Martin, for Eire Og. But once again, DC made in the goals with a top-class save.
Yes, a fantastic save and a great catch and turn there by Shane O'Donnell. Just like he does in the hurling, gets the ball and put the head down, and he laid off the mark, and the keeper with a fantastic save once again, but Mark got the rebound.
Yeah, and here comes the kick out from Liam Deasy. He goes short to Paul Flanagan, who also has more. We'll have a championship quarter-final next week for Bellier. Gives it out to Gary Brennan. Is he coming? He's coming up along the stand side here. Gary won't throw in the towel, being chased by Colin Smith. He gets the ball out to the hard-working Joe Nealon. Joe tries to inject a bit of pace, but he's being held up by Hannafin. Here comes Hannafin. Joe gives it back to Gary, as such as always with Clondegad. Give it to, in the football, just give it to Gary a lot of time. In the hurling, just give it to Tony. But they've worked an opening here for Brandon O'Connell. A shot and a good save by Nate Murray. Kicked off Brandon O'Connell. Brandon who's knocked over 2 points. 3 goals and 17. 26 points. 17 for Eire Og. And definitely, Martin, the difference, 3 goals and goals win matches.
Definitely, there can be no dispute about it. Eire Og have up to ante here in the second half. A very, very, very impressive second half. They got some great scores.
Yeah, and the kick out from Nate Murray. Nate Murray gives it out to the corner. Hennepin. Cool and measured on the ball. Out to Paddy O'Malley. Paddy O'Malley gives it back to Rory Brennan. Rory Brennan coming long down in front of the stand side, being chased by Tony Kelly. This man is a hard working man, Brennan. But he loses out to Conor Gavin. Gavin gives it to Kelly. Kelly tries to open up the play. Gets the ball across. The ball across goes to Brian Casey. Brian Casey to do. Tries to get the ball back to O'Connell. A foul on Brian Casey. Advantage being played. No advantage accruing. And Brendan O'Connell going to take this. Is he going to kick this one in long? He does kick it in long, and it's all inside. But out comes the cornerback. He's Darcy. This man has played very well. Gets it out to O'Hennepin. All their old players very comfortable on the ball. Gives it back to Fitzgerald, who sits back in the pocket. He gets the ball back to Barry Lynch. Barry Lynch, who's been introduced at 1 mile. Here come Eire Og on the attack again. Are they going to finish another with a flourish and another score? Here comes Lynch. Gets the ball back out to Eire O'Connor. Back to O'Hennepin. O'Hennepin gives it back to Paddy O'Malley. Paddy O'Malley and Fitzgerald not sitting on his laurels either. Gets the ball into Cooney. A real threat, being headed up by Gary Brennan, being fouled by Gary Brennan, and Gary knows that even he done wrong, as I said. And there goes the full-time whistle here in Cusack Park in Innis on a final score of Eire Og 3 goals and 17 points, Clondegad 17 points. Eire Og march into the next round, Martin, as top of the group, and unfortunately for Clondegad, they go into that dreaded relegation battle.
Well, I think one would imagine Clondegad shouldn't have any worries about the relegation battle. That should come through that okay. But this is a very comprehensive win now for Eire Og. Very, very impressive second half. They saw in the first half that they had a problem with Tony Kelly. They stuffed that out in the second half, and as a result, they upped the ante in the second half and had a fantastic second half. Get some great scores, and 3-17 is great scoring.
Yeah, indeed. If you score to the 3-17 is a good score, nothing to be sneezed at all. And as you said, Martin, earlier in the commentary, you know, they're going to be a formidable opponent for anyone, and probably maybe putting themselves up. I know in the mid-term view, he'd be probably definitely making favourites anyway.
Well, we'd make them favourites, but I don't think it would be genuine. It wouldn't be any building them up at all. With the second half performance today, there's no reason why they can't go all the way to sure. The county players were outstanding down the backs, and Garcia had an outstanding game cornerback. Darrell Walsh is outstanding in midfield, and the forwards scored 3-17. What more can you?
Yeah, indeed. And Martin, as we said in
commentary, the quality of player that Eire Og are bringing on, younger players, that have all represented the county at underage, and even a player no less accomplished than Shane O'Donnell, who has been a formidable player for at underage level, and in fairness to Clondegad gracious in defeat. They are going around shaking hands with the Eire Og fellas, but it just shows the strength of the panel. And Eire Og are still in the hurling championship, and as the two championship progress and go further, it will be the strength of the panel will be really tested.
Naturally, will, yeah, and some of the players there scored. Mac McKenna scored 1-2, and a couple more players have come on and scored. They've great, very talented players, and there's lots of a kind probably between some of those players that they haven't started. And if anyone comes on as a sub, will be pushing and trying to lay down a marker today, and by getting these few scores, to try and lay down a marker to start in the quarter final.
And indeed, you spoke about the players that stood out for Eire Og, and you mentioned Darcy. He's a player that probably I wouldn't have been. I know he would have been playing with Kilmaley in the hurling. I wouldn't have been as aware of him in the football. But really, he stood out like a beacon there for Eire Og in the back.
Well, he's not the biggest player in the world, but he has a great heart. He was first out to the ball. Every time he got the ball, he was attacking. He was laying it off, going again, and very good attacking player. And then on Fitzgerald and Conor Hanfield, of course, with the inter-county experience, they showed that there today. He was their hits, got the ball, and held possession and attacked when they got the chance.
And indeed, as you speak of Alan Fitzgerald, I suppose his goal at the start of the second half, Martin, was really the turning point in this game.
Well, it was the start of the downfall of Clondegad, because they were holding their own up to that, and once the goal came, then it was kind of hard to see Clondegad coming back from that. They had one or two chances in the first half, but never really threatened the goal in the second half. And once Eire Og were getting the goals and they were heading on a few points, it was very hard to see Clondegad coming back and overturning that deficit.
And it is Eire Og who march into the next round of the championship as winners, and Clondegad go into the relegation. Martin, as we have you here in commentary, last Sunday's game in Croke Park, got on a football final. Dublin and Kerry, one of the better finals, a classic game, and I suppose a draw, a fair result at the end of the day. They go at it again this day week in Croke Park, and your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, that's it. First of all, it was great to see a great match last weekend because football needed it. There's been a lot of bad matches throughout the championship, some one-sided matches, so it was great to have an even contest with both sides, in with a chance of winning it. And Kerry probably surprised a lot of people with their the way they played, the scores they got, and their ability, but they could have taken it and probably feel aggrieved that they didn't pull it off. They had some great chances, and with Dublin and one wonders have Kerry lost their chance, because it's hard to see Dublin, their big players being kept this quiet again, like Brian Fenton, Kilkenny, Conor Hakala, and all these players. Like they're due big game again, and they'll be feeling angry with the last 2 weeks that they have performed on the big day, and next Saturday evening I think they'll be keen to make an amends for that.
So you're giving the back into Dublin going into the replay?
I think they'll win it off, yeah.
No, we're now joined here by journalism reporter Seamus Hale. Seamus, a man with 50 years experience in the journalism game. Seamus, you're welcome to Clare GATV again.
Thanks, yeah.
Seamus, a good game of football out there, and Eire Og definitely setting down a serious marker for the rest of the teams in the championship, a comprehensive 9-point victory.
Yeah, definitely putting down a marker, and a huge squad, like you saw there, the talent that they were able to bring on through the course of the game. And they have a very strong panel that seem to be very focused this year on the championship. And I suppose Clondegad had a very difficult task coming in. They had to win by a minimum of 8 points to stay in the race. They had a couple of chances in the first half, particularly in the very first minute. Gary Brennan went through there and just a whisker away. But once Eire Og settled, they kind of dictated the game.
Yeah, and indeed, Martin or Seamus, if Eire Og or if Clondegad had to get through, they had to score, make the most of their chances in the first half, and any chance to win the big one was another nail in their coffin.
Correct, and they needed goals, from I suppose an early stage. Like Eire Og were far happier as they were going in at half time, 2 points behind, but they hadn't conceded a goal, and Clondegad knew they had to force the game. Eire Og were full at the back then, and they settled very well. And right from the start of the second half, they put on a marker, and Fitzgerald came upfield and the overlapping goal, and right in the way on the ball from there.
And indeed, he's not having Fitzgerald's first time coming up the field and getting a goal. That was really the turning point of the game, Seamus.
Yeah, that was, I think, that knocked the stuffing out of Clondegad. Really, you kind of see it in their body language after that. But I think, Eire Og have a strong panel, as I said earlier, and the players who can play. Just because a fella is listed in a problem with full back doesn't mean that he won't score. They have players that can play all over the field, and their movement is very impressive. I think they certainly put down a marker that they're going to be in the shape.
Yeah, and as I said at half time in the analysis, I thought one of the strong points for Eire Og, I know their movement is other, but their foot pass and the kick passing today, most of the time they were using the kick pass, invariably they found their men.
Yeah, they did, and obviously there's a good buzz in the club at the moment. They're on the hurling quarter final next week, and there's a lot of the players playing both courts, and there seem to be, there's morale is high, and they're working very well together. And I'd say by all accounts they're working well in training. There's no one being overburdened, and they're keeping in shape, and that's a strong point. And I would like to be drawn against them.
And indeed, any ball that went into Evan Courtney and Cooney, and really they're probably going to be known as the terrible two by the time this year's over. Martin was saying, of course, obviously that Eire Og are now the favourites for the championship, but if Eire Og keep getting enough ball into those players, quality players like that, it will reap dividends.
Well, it certainly will. Obviously, Martin would say that because Milton would obviously win the ring as well, and I'd say that very, very strong. But the way they move inside and the way they're able to isolate Gavin Cooney and get ball into him, and fellas are walking in and coming through the middle to take the overlap. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, and indeed, another facet of their play was the experience of their own players and their patience on the ball, waiting for the gap for Cooney to make the run, and invariably they found him.
Yeah, they found him. They have the work done, and they worked very strong, and you can see that in their play. I can Guerrero at centre forward, tremendous pace, and he creates openings, and he's causing a lot of problems for the right centre back so far this year. So they have talent everywhere in the field, and I think the strong team today was they didn't panic in the first half when Eire Og when Clondegad started so well. Like Tony Kelly started with 3 points in the opening couple of minutes, but there was no sign of panic in the Eire Og.
Yeah, and indeed, Seamus, I suppose we can't let you go without talking about your own club, DC Casey. a good performance against Corofin, who put up a strong and stubborn resistance, but in the day, good win for Lizzie Casey and an impressive display.
Yeah, there's a weight off their shoulders. I'd say there was a bit of panic there because they've been in the relegation battle for the last couple of years, in particular last year, and had to go all the way to the final day before the secured senior started. So, and it was, Corofin had beaten them at the same stage last year, so they knew they had a bit of work to do coming in today. Again, they worked hard and they've been working hard. They still have a lot of work to do, I'd say, to come up to the level of Eire Og or Milton or maybe in the Steinman, but they're there and in the last 8 now, and they can look forward to it with a bit of confidence maybe.
And Seamus, Corofin and Clondegad into the dreaded relegation battle. Kilrush earlier joined them earlier on today, so that's going to be a hardly on battle also.
It's going to be very hard, yeah. People's mindset changes a lot when you go into the relegation. I've seen that was the case for the last couple of years. Fellas that would be full of confidence in the actual championship itself. Once you go into the relegation, there's a fear there and there's a different mindset there, and people panic a bit. And there's no guarantee. I suppose nobody wants to draw Clondegad and be seen as the kind of dead sets for securing the senior status for next year, and there should be. But it's still going to be difficult. It's a different ballgame now.
Yeah, indeed, Seamus. Thanks. And we're now joined by the Eire Og manager, a very happy Eire Og manager, Paul Medden. Paul, 2 victories back to back against Cracklow and Clondegad, 2 of the probably more favourite teams in the competition. Very impressive play display from Eire Og.
Yeah, I suppose, look, we were in the group of death, I suppose, and even after winning the first day, we still had to come out today, and we wanted to win today because you just can't even contemplate losing. You really have to, once you win the first game, and that was a challenge for the lads. We've won big games in the past and we've never backed it up. So today I thought, in fairness, never panicked. Clondegad got a great start, and then the second half we kicked on and the legs were there and got a few scores and saw it out of the way.
And Paul, leading up to this game, obviously it was a strange one. You could afford to lose by 8 points and still go through. I presume no matter how many times you tell the players, try to get through to players, you started 0-0. It does work on the mind that you have that cushion.
Well, to be fair, I think the lads were doing most of the talking in the lead up to this game, and they were fairly emphatic in their opinion on it, that the score on average didn't come into play at all. We needed to go out and win this game for themselves, really. As I said, the word potential has been used several times about some of these lads, and they haven't delivered on it. And if I'm being honest, all we've achieved is what we've achieved the last 2 years, the quarter-final place. So it really starts from here on in.
But following on two impressive displays, and as Martin Flynn, of course, Midtown men making the probably one of the favourites for the championship, if not the favourites for the championship. But in fairness, Eire Og, they played a lovely cultured brand of football, kick pass and mixed it up well, and patience was the key, Paul.
Yeah, patience, especially. I think Clondegad got a great start. Tony Kelly must have picked 3 or 4 points at the end of the opening 5 or 10 minutes, and we were under a bit of pressure, and when they're 3 or 4 up, then suddenly they only have to score 3 or 4 more, but we never panicked, and we told the lads all day that Clondegad would get a purple badge. I mean, before the championship they would have been considered as one of the favourites, and if they came out today with an 8-point win, they'd still be one of the favourites. So they kept their composure, which is very pleasing.
And indeed, I suppose a pleasing part for you as well, Paul, was, before, as you said, composure. Just before half time, when the gap went to 4 points, it was you who put the foot on the pedal and pulled back the score and brought it back to 2 points, making it a bit more miserable at half time.
Yeah, I think, in the dressing room at half time, the lads focused. There was no shouting or roaring. They still knew the job we had to do, and we knew if we got a fast start in the second half, that would put pressure on them. And we did. We got a great goal, worked up the field, and Aaron Fitz scored. He doesn't score many, but he gets up the field a bit, so you'll be delighted with that one. And from there on in, I suppose really the composure was the word that was used. The lads kept the ball. When the runs were made, the foot passing was decent, and we got some scores, and that's really how we saw it early on.
And you also gave the chance. You also got the chance, Paul, to give a lot of the panel a run. And to be honest, some of the players that were coming on were even better than some of the players that were going off.
Yeah, look, you hear people standing up in front of the microphone every day, managers saying you'd like to finish with a stronger team. I mean, some of the lads that are on the bench quite possibly could be starters any given day, and that's the importance. I mean, it's not a 15-man game, it's a 20-21-man game, and the lads that came off today, again, like the Cracklow game the day before, made an impact, and that's all you can ask.
And indeed, Paul, with the hurling and the football going well, there has to be tremendous, I suppose, in Eire Og, and I suppose it doesn't work unless you have cooperation from both squads and both sets of management.
Oh look, we've embraced the dual status very well for the last couple of years, and our hurling manager Matt Shannon is coming from a dual club background as well, so he understands the importance. We don't want to divide between the lads, and they're very much together, one unit. A big challenge next weekend, but we reset the batteries now and recover, and we'll be here again next weekend.
Paul, thanks for taking the time to talk to us. Congratulations on a great victory, and we wish you Eire Og the best of luck in the rest of the championship. And Seamus, we must call you in again there.
Paul, there is tremendous confidence in the Eire Og camp at the moment. They are buzzing, and as he said, communication and cooperation between both panels is the key. And at this stage, even for the hurlers, a win in the football, it gives them an impetus going into the hurling quarter-final next week also.
Of course it does. Like, the hurlers won't want to say that they were the first to go to the championship. There'll be, I suppose, a little bit slagging going on between the groups. But I think you put your finger on it there. There's a huge
confidence within the group at the moment, and they're going to be very hard to stop in either court at this stage, because Eire Og always, when they get their tails up, are hard to beat, and they're very hard to overcome. And as I said, the confidence is there, and having watched that football game, they have replacements on the sideline. They have a strong panel. Like, there's 34 or 5 names on the team squad. There's young players coming through from last year's minor team, Gavin Cooney, Matt McInerney, and they're all making an impact. So it will take a big effort on behalf of whoever it is to take them down and to stop them from winning the championship.
And Seamus, we spoke in the commentary about one of the players that I wouldn't have been was a good footballer was Darcy and Clondegad. I thought he was outstanding at Clondegad, and maybe a player that might have caught the eye for Colm Collins also.
Yeah, it could well be. He was a very tight marker, and he revels kind of in the role of marking somebody, and he worked very well in defence there today. They have players that can switch around, and they can move them from one end of the field to the other, where they'll equally make an impact. So it's hard to see who's going to stop them, and they have to be listed as one of the favourites, certainly, for the championship themselves in Milltown. I'd say, themselves, Milltown in the Steinman were in the quarter-final last year, Cratloe are in the semi-final last year, and final indeed. Cratloe were in the semi-final last year. Kilmurray and Bricken are never far away. There's great potential there for a great end to the championship player now.
And Seamus, with Clare football on a high at the moment, and once again we must say congratulations to Shane Meehan and Keane Galvin on making the team of the year. But it has transformed into the championship. 2 good games here in Clusey Park this evening, Seamus.
Yeah, 2 very good games. Maybe a bit disappointing that there wasn't a bigger crowd here to see the game. It was a beautiful day for football. But the football is in a good standing in the county. Colin Collins has worked with the senior team. The minor team have been knocking on the door for the last year through contests in a couple of months of finals. So there's a good buzz there, and there are a good few players coming through. Colin Collins is strengthening his senior panel all the time, and you'll be hopeful that the Clare football will continue to move up the ladder, and that they might even get into Division 1 of the league. They will just a whisker away from making the Super 8 in the senior football championship this year. So there's a lot to look forward to.
And Seamus, I suppose as we talk about inter-county football, and one of the unluckiest teams in the country this year in minor football was definitely Clare. When you see what transpired in Croke Park last Sunday, and Clare were within a whisker of defeating Cork here in the Munster Championship earlier on in the spring. And see where Cork developed after when they got a few games under their belts, and see what transpired for them.
That's right, yeah, and Clare aren't far away. They just have to keep working hard at it at all levels, and the breakthrough will come. It takes time, obviously, to make the breakthrough, and you have to battle against a lot of the odds, I suppose, for counties like Clare, where the pick is relatively small in comparison to the likes of Cork and Kerry, where they're picking from a whole county, if you like. We'll say in Clare, the football is kind of limited to west and north and all west, and some certainly a bit in the mid in recent years, but if people involved keep working, the future is bright, and certainly the breakthrough will come sooner rather than later.
And looking back at the Eire Og game again, Seamus, 3-17 in a football game. If you score 3-17 in a hurling game, you're saying 20 scores, you'll be very, very happy. 3-17 in a football game is formidable.
Very much so, and most of them from play. There's a high scoring game, and that's maybe the way people are playing football now. There's a lot of good movement and a lot of pace there, and fitness levels are very high. So people are moving well, and the days of the 4 points to 3 games maybe hopefully are behind us, and that people will continue to develop and make minor teams like Shane Meehan has been doing, and been selected at higher levels.
We won't say what game comes to mind when you mentioned 4 points to 3, but looking at Shane Meehan, young prodigious talent, and more to go going off the conveyor belt, and Colm Collins will be quite happy. As Colm Collins is eagle-eyed, and he knows all those players better than they know themselves, and he won't be afraid to bring me in. And I know some are already in with the senior team working in the background, so that is nothing new when they do progress to the senior team finally.
Yeah, I think that's one of the successes of Colm and his management team. You know, they have a number of those players in, you know, players at the 17, 18 working away on the extended panel, and they're developing experience all the time, and they see, you know, what the others are doing, and they're getting a feel for what it's like to be part of a senior squad and wanting to make the senior team. So as I say again, the future is bright. Hopefully we'll have more good games in the remainder of the championship.
Seamus, for now, thanks very much for taking the time to talk to us here on Clare GAA-TV. And that's all from Clare GAA-TV for today from Cusack Park. It's Eire Og who march on to the next round of the championship. Clondegad go into the relegation battle. Eire Og the victors by 3 goals and 17 points to 17 points. My thanks to all our guests here, my co-analyst Martin Flynn. Thanks to our guests at half-time, Morris Walsh. Apologies again to Betty McDonald, to Seamus Hayes. And our thanks also to Mike Curry on camera. From all of us here from Clare GAA-TV, from Cusack Park, from me, Leo Dial, it's Bennett Day, August Lawn.